Our video today is going to take us through surface area of rectangular prisms. Surface area is defined as the total area of all the surfaces or faces of an object. So if you were to take, let's say, a box apart and look at its individual faces, we would have to find the area of each of those faces and then simply add them up to find the surface area of that object. So in our example here, we have length, width, and height, but they have different values. But one of the things that you should see is they should have, if you notice, this side is going to be the same as what's on the back side, which you can't see. You also have the right side is going to be the same as the left side, and then the top is going to be the same as the bottom. So there's something that makes this a little bit easier when you start putting this all together that will make these problems go a little quicker. So to kind of make this a little bit easier to see, hopefully with this, in a rectangular prism there are three pairs of opposite and equal sides. So we can find the surface area by adding the areas of the two brown ones, which are A, the area of the green sides, which are B, and the two red sides, which are C. So as we put numbers to these, we can see that we have 4, 3, and 5, 5 being this part of it, 3 being here, and 4 being here. So the easy way to do this is to create a table and to organize your numbers as you go through it. So you can label them if you'd like, or you could label them top, bottom, front, back, left, and right as well for that. So if you notice, we have figured area of the face of A, which is 5 times our 4, which gives us our 20. Well, there's 2 of these, so it comes out to be a total of 40 centimeters. We go ahead and look at side B. Side B has length of or width of 3, and then 4, which would give us 12. Again, we have 2 of those, so we multiply it by 2 and give us 24. For C, we end up with 5, and we end up with 3. So 5 times 3 gives us our 15. Again, we have 2 of them, and we times it by 2 to give us 30. From here, we total it up. So 40 plus 24 plus 30 gives us 94 centimeters, and we're figuring area, so it's going to be centimeters squared. So again, using a table, labeling your sides, putting those together, multiplying it by 2, you can come up with the formula. Speaking of the formula, we can calculate that and actually create a formula that makes it a little bit easier as well to do that, because you can also title each of the sides that you want to work on and then put the formula underneath them. So our formula is very basic. We have surface area, we have length times width. So if we're looking here, length times width, we have 2 of those. Width times our height here, and again we have 2 of those. And then we have length times our height, and again we have 2 of those as well. So putting this all together and then adding those gives us our surface area for our prism that we're working with. So the key points of this video are, we want to organize our sides that we have. Top, bottom, left, right, front, back. Left, right would go together, top, bottom would go together, front and back would go together. That would be your 2 sides, or 2 times that, 2 times the top and bottom, 2 times the left and right. we want to start with the formula. We want to work down from the formula, so putting the numbers in that we're using to help us in with the formula, multiplying those, and then finally adding it at the bottom. And then the last thing is we want to make sure that we label our answers correctly. So in this case, if they don't give you centimeters or inches or feet, you're going to label it with a U for units, and they're going to be squared for that. So a relatively short video, quick information, but it's really basic when you break it down into each individual side. And that's basically what you're finding, is the area of each individual side for the rectangular prism that you're working with, adding them together. And if you find a pattern to make it simpler, by all means use it. So please again start with the formula, put your numbers in, work your way down the problem, down the paper, and make sure that you label it correctly when submitting your answer.